Hey, yo, how's it going? It's SixftHax here. Have for y'all today a two-part video, kind of. The first half of this video, or the first little portion of it, is going to be me going over our GBA Season 9 run so far, because we are halfway through the season. As you can see, it's only 10 weeks, so this is week 6, which the team builder portion is going to be the last half of this video. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to be really that in-depth of a team builder, because Lars is definitely a person that we can face in the playoffs. So I'll be giving as minimal information while still informing you guys of stuff, because I didn't use everything, or everything wasn't shown, and I want to keep things hidden. So yeah, just letting y'all know right now. So if you just want to skip to team builder, timestamp should be somewhere on your screen, and we can just jump right into this. So I think that we have been having a pretty good season this far. We haven't had too difficult of a season so far, I would say. Not to knock anybody. I think definitely Envy. Every time I think of Envy, I think of his logo, and his logo makes me think of Chimpack, so I always say Chimpack first. I gotta stop doing that. But our toughest opponent was Envy, which, to be fair, we only lost very narrow 0-1, and I definitely think that if we face him in playoffs, I have some adjustments to bring. But everybody else that we faced, we have been able to beat, which have been actually, a link to the playlist of our season so far will be down in the description if you guys want to look at our matches. So we faced Nexus week 1, we faced Deathly week 2, then we faced Envy. After that, we had to play Danza, which was a pretty fun game, if I do say so myself. And then we played my boy Mewtwo fan Nate last week, and then this week we are facing Lars, which is another GBA OG. So I definitely know he knows what he's doing, so I don't expect that to be an easy match. So we're gonna see how that goes. Then for the rest of our season, I think we should be able to definitely end up making playoffs. As long as I don't drop the ball in like 2 matches, I should be fine. But regardless of that, I think I'm pretty happy with our final squad. I'm not sure if there's going to be any trades I'll be making for the remainder of the season. I think today is actually the last day that trades can be made. So eventually I'll try and sit down and maybe see if it's worth trying to trade something. But I think our draft has been doing pretty well so far. I'll definitely be uploading a video letting y'all know if I do make any trades like that. So I think that's really it. Like, there's not really much to say about the season. It's been a pretty decent season. We have been able to win most of our games. We have one more tough opponent this week for week number 6 in Lars, and then for the rest of the season we should be good to go. Again, as long as I don't drop like 2 games, I think we will definitely end up making the playoffs, and hopefully win a championship once again, and this time in the GBA. So yeah, we can just jump into the little team builder part. Alright, so if you kind of just skip to this part of the video, then I'm going to tell y'all right now that this is not going to be like a super in-depth team builder. I'm going to save that for potential playoffs, because there is a good chance that Lars is going to make playoffs, and if we do play him in playoffs, then I don't want to reveal anything that I didn't have to reveal to him in this game, and I didn't want to bring a super great build either. But if I want to bring certain things again, then I'd rather just not show him everything. So yeah, I think that's how Lars is also thinking, because he's been in the GBA for a while now. He should know that if he plays somebody he could face in playoffs, he shouldn't want to bring his best builds game 1 and then save everything for playoffs. And that's kind of what I was thinking when I made this team, which I'll be honest with y'all, I kind of just threw it together in like 15-20 minutes, but it's still a very capable team, don't get me wrong. So yeah, quick look at the team matchup here. Lars' team is super offensive, not gonna lie. That is very, very scary, and he does have some pretty good forms of priority to be able to deal with our offense. And our defensive mons, outside of like Cresselia, can't really deal with most of his offense. So that was another really annoying thing about this matchup. Although Comfy, honestly, with the priority draining kiss, does seem pretty decent in this match, I think, depending on what exactly he wants to bring. I fully expect the top 6 mons, and then if not the 6 mons, the least one of those 6 that I expect is going to be Deoxys attack not coming, because without Mandibuzz or what's it called, Tangrowth, physically defensive Tangrowth, then he can't really deal with my Mars Shadow. But then if I bring Mega Medicham can deal with those 2 by itself. But if he does bring Kofagrigus, he can deal with my Medicham, but then my Mars Shadow can deal with Kofagrigus easier. So I'm not sure if he's going to want to bring a 2 out of 3 of those, or maybe 1 out of 3 of those, which I'm perfectly fine with. But because of the offensive nature of his team, I figured that at least one of those is likely to come just to kind of be a pivot mon if it really comes down to it. Conkelder, I'm very iffy on whether or not he's going to want to bring, as well as Salazzle. So while I don't fully expect them, I am still going to be prepared for them, mainly because with Marshadow being able to allow me to block the priority and main offense of Conkelder, I can just kind of come in and potentially get a free kill. And then Salazzle, we have things like Snorlax and Alomomola, as well as Cresselia plus Darkrai and Marshadow both outspeeded. So yeah, I think that's really it for his offense. Like, Azumarill is really scary, but I don't think it's going to be something like purely offensive like Choice Banded. Jirachi, I really don't know what Jirachi could run in this matchup. I figure maybe something like Thunder Wave. Iron Head is always like worst case scenario, so I'll deal with it from there. Landorus could potentially come just because its coverage is insane, and Rock Polish is actually a little bit scary potentially. And then Mega Manectric outspeeds everything on my team, and I definitely think that Lars is going to want something to deal with our speedy offense because Mega Manectric is so fast. So our first set here is going to be Marshadow, and of course it's Marshadow. We know what Marshadow does every single week. It comes in, clicks buttons, and gets a kill. And that's basically what this set did. I was able to not reveal my item though, which I think was really good. And then these were the 3 moves. I'm pretty positive I did end up revealing to him. And you can see my HP stats, so I don't really have to talk about that. But yeah, Marshadow offensively was just really good in general in this matchup. It deals with his offense, it deals with the stat as well. Rock Tomb is actually what I really like on the set. The original version of the set was made by one of my front office homies, Crossface. Why do I keep getting the name wrong? Sorry. The original set was made by somebody in my front office, Crossface, and then I just kind of tweaked it to my liking. But Rock Tomb was really cool on this set. I actually shouldn't have even revealed this move. It was kind of dumb on my end. But the cool thing about Rock Tomb here is that it gets boosted by Technician, which I think makes it base 90 if I'm not mistaken, which is 10 base points weaker than Stone Edge, but it still does really good damage, I think. And if I really want to, I can go Stone Edge over Rock Tomb, but I figured Rock Tomb is nice just to kind of lower speed in general for his offense. So next off we have Mega Medicham here. It did nothing. That's really it. It did nothing, and it just... Yeah, next we have Cresselia, which this is probably the one set I revealed the most about. And this is just really here to deal with most of his offense. That's really it. Papa Bear was really cool, I think, as an item choice because Cresselia is just a sponge, essentially. I think that's kind of obvious to see, and the way that I played it was just kind of here to take hits. So yeah, we did reveal all 4 moves. Well, not Moonlight, but I figured Moonlight was a given, so I don't mind if he does know that we had Moonlight here. But yeah, Moonblast, Shadow Ball, hit everything. Thunder Wave is nice for his speedy mons. Next off, we have a Thornswoggle here, which revealed these 3 moves and HP stat, not the item or technically the EV spread, because of what happened. So yeah, next we have Nidoking here, which didn't reveal Earth Power, but honestly, if you look at his team, Dual Stab is just so obviously good. So I figured it's not really that big of an issue if we knew that we had Dual Stab or not. And then Ice Beam and Sucker Punch were all that Nidoking really got to do, sadly. So our final team member is going to be Darkrai, which paired up with Marshadow and Nidoking and even Medicham. Like, Darkrai just breaks his team, essentially. Much like Marshadow, doesn't matter if it's defensively or offensively, it just puts in a lot of work. Mega Medicham mainly here to deal with his potential physical defensive answers to Marshadow, plus its priority was really good as well. And then Nidoking was here for the Mega Manectric. So yeah, Darkrai just offensive threat, that's really it. So again, not a really super in-depth team builder, but I didn't just want to give you guys nothing for the next battle itself. So yeah, I hope y'all don't mind. And with that being said, I will see you all next week with the proper team builder, I promise, and with some more GBA stuff. So later, everybody.
Cause my brain and heart are both tied in the knot, and this hinders me from crying a lot. This causing me to show no emotion. But when I said I cared, I wasn't joking. But I guess it's too late for me to become broken. For now, I'm living with no more pain, tears, or hoping. I'm just coasting. Yeah, I said I'm coasting. No more pain, tears, and hoping. For real.